Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Jennifer's Tale, My Life as a Crossdresser. I am Jennifer saying hi, hope everybody's doing well, and it's time for a new episode. This time around, I thought I would entitle an episode called My Secret Identity. The reason I'm doing this is several reasons. One, if you look on the shelves back behind me, you may see some comic books. I am a girl who loves comics and science fiction and superheroes and that kind of thing. And what do superheroes have? Secret identities. You know, they spend most of their time as their regular person, their guy, their girl, but then there's times when they decide, or, duty calls where they have to dress up in a costume or with a cape or something like that and go save the day and help humanity in any way they can. Well, crossdressers like me, we have a secret identity too. This is my secret identity. But I may not be saving the day, I may not wear a cape, but I do have a secret identity, and it's something that us girls have to deal with all the time. Like a superhero, they have a secret identity, something they try to keep from other people that know them. And crossdressers are no different. Although over the past couple of years, I have come out to a lot of my friends and my family and told them about Jennifer and the fact that I like to dress up like this. There's still people that I don't want to know. And there's still people that I want to protect from finding out about me and that the fact I do this. Like my family, for example. I don't want this to come back on them and have my kids be made fun of because their dad likes to dress this way. So it's really hard. It's kind of a challenge for girls like us, because if you're like me, I think pretty much any girl will agree that we want to go out, we want to be seen, we want to go out in public, we want to go shopping, we want to go out for dinner, dressed up like this. We want to express our feminine side. But the problem is that we don't want to be found out. We don't want people outside of our circle to find out or put two and two together. I don't want my kids' moms and dads to find out that I do this. I don't want to be seen by them and then put two and two together and say, oh, that is so-and-so's dad. Why is he dressed like that? Likewise, I don't want any of my kids' friends to see me this way, because I'd hate for them to go to my daughter and say, I saw a lady out there who looked an awful lot like your dad. Does your dad like to dress as a woman? So it's really tough to kind of protect those we love from being harmed by what we do, while at the same time being able to go out and express ourselves. And I know a lot of you girls out there have that same issue. So I'm just going to try to talk about how I deal with it, and maybe that will help you. Over the past couple of years, I've kind of reached a point where I'm not, as far as me personally goes, if somebody would find out that my male self dresses like this and would confront me about it, I would not be ashamed of who I am. I would tell them, yes, that's me. Here's a picture of me. Yes, what you see is me. This is part of who I am. It has always been a part of who I am. It doesn't make me any different than the guy that you know. I just happen to enjoy dressing this way. As far as my secret identity goes, it hasn't happened yet, but I guess I'm kind of fortunate that where I live up here in Minnesota, although we've been living here for about 7 years, we really don't know a lot of people. And I think the people that my wife knows through work, and even my kids' parents, they know me just a little bit. They've seen me drop my kids off, or they've seen me when they've come here to pick up their kids. But they don't know me well enough. I don't hang out with them. We haven't gone out for dinner. We haven't done drinks. We haven't gone to a bar. We haven't done a lot of hanging out with other people. So I really don't have a social circle here to worry about. I don't have to worry about my son's best friend's parents running into me at the Target and going, hey, you look like so-and-so. So I'm kind of lucky there. A lot of girls aren't that way. A lot of you girls out there probably live in your hometown or live in a place where you have lots of friends, or maybe you do have a big social circle. So when I was that way, when I lived back in Iowa, in kind of small town Iowa, I would go as far away from where my home was as I possibly could, because the further away you go, the less chance you have of running into somebody. Now, mind you, I know there was a couple times when I went out, I was 30 miles away from where I lived, and I still came across a couple people who knew me from my whole life. Luckily, they didn't recognize me as I walked past them, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But as far as the secret identity goes, I think sometime maybe I'll post a picture of my male self with my female self on my Facebook or on my blog, so you can see how much different I look between Jennifer and my male self. I think a lot of girls, if you look at a picture of your male self with your female self, you'll notice there's a lot of difference. And if people are just glancing at you, they're not really going to notice that much. Another thing too is that if you are out shopping or sitting at a restaurant, most of the people you're going to come across are too worried about their own personal lives, what they have going on, who they're with, what they're doing. They're not going to pay that much attention to you, especially if you're not wearing your superhero costume. And by that, I mean dress the part. Make sure you're not wearing, a really short mini skirt and something really revealing up top when you go to the Goodwill. Don't try to draw your attention to yourself, and you'll be just fine. So I guess I kind of lost my train of thought as to where I was going, but us girls, we have secret identities. We are wearing costumes, and as far as superheroes go, I think we're all superheroes in that we're able to dress up this way and not be afraid and be able to express our femininity, and we have to be brave, just like a superhero does. So doing that, dressing this way, going out in public, be cautious, but also don't be afraid to go out there and express yourself and enjoy being out in public. So that was kind of a rambling episode about my secret identity. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching me on this podcast or listening to it if you listen to it via whatever your podcast service is. And until next time, this is Jennifer saying bye-bye, hugs and kisses.